So question 1, your formula is A equals L squared, because it is a square. And then you need to substitute, and then you need to solve with units. So the final answer should be 64 centimeters squared. Haley. It's fine. L times L is also okay. So we should have 1, 2, 3 points for that one. Each of these is 3 points. Next one, A equals BH times over 2. And then we put 9 times 8 over 2 equals 36 centimeters squared. Oh, thanks. Thanks, guys. Sorry. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, yep, good one. Good pickup, Hannah. I fell for my own trick. Oh, that is not the height. Thank you. So it should be 7 times 8 over 2. So 56 divided by 2, 28 centimeters squared. Is that better? Yeah. Woo! Woo! 1, 2, 3. Good pickup. All right, A and B are there. Oh, I didn't label them right. C and D. I think we can tell that Mrs. Tucker is getting a little bit tired this term. C and D. It is easier, but life is not about what's doing easy. Okay. 3 marks for each of those. Just breathe. I don't want you going through other people's, so I'll get it. Okay. So C, we've got A equals BH, 6 times 8, 48 millimeters squared. Are we agreed with that, Hannah? Yep. And D, LW, 9 times 2, 3 marks there. Total is out of 12. Okay, next question. Find the area of the following composite shapes. So for these ones, I've written in green on the side there. Note, there are lots of possible ways to do this. So for example, for this one, you could have found the area of this big rectangle in the background, and then you could have subtracted this small triangle here if you wanted to. That sounds like a bit of work, but you could have done it that way. So the other option was to find the small triangle here and then the rectangle next to it and add them together. Okay, so basically your final answer for that one should be 19.5 millimeters squared. Did anyone get that? Yeah. Okay, that is going to be 3 points. You need to show me the area of one shape, the area of a second shape, and then the total area. Okay, and the second one is also up there. And the total area should be 63. Okay, so that one is out of 6. Okay. Thank you. Perfect. That one is out of 6. Any questions? So that total page is out of 18. Thank you. Okay, next page. Volume. For volume, I'm looking at length times width times height. You need the formula, then you substitute, and then you solve. Your answer needs to have units in it. Cubic units. Okay, now we move on to the next one. A is an equilateral acute triangle. 2 points, 1 for each. Oh, you mean the volume one or this one? The volume one was 3 points. Formula, substitute, solve, 3 points. Okay, this one, these are each 2 points. So the first one is an equilateral acute. The next one is a scalene right. And the last one is an isosceles obtuse. That's correct. I have the answer. That should be 8 No, we're almost done marking it. All right, last question. Oh, second last question. You need to solve with algebra. So you have got 5a, a equals 2 is the answer, and there should be some working out with that, 2 points. B equals -6, and there should be some working out that, 2 points. You can either do working out in brackets after the line of working, or you could have done something like this, over 4 over 4. C equals -5, 2 points. Are we okay? Yeah. D equals +7. Again, you could do it in 2 steps. Can you see 2 ways? Can you see the top line there? I've done one method, the bracket method, and in the bottom line, the bottom row, I've done the other method. Hands up if you are using the top row method. You like the brackets better. That's fine. Hands up if you like the bottom row method better. That's fine as well. We just have to do one or the other. Now, E and F were 2 steps, so you had to do SAD mob. First step is subtract 7, so we get 4E equals 12. Then you had to divide by 4, and we get E equals 3. And then the last one was -8 from both sides, so we get 5F equals -20. And then we divide both sides by 5, we get F equals -4. So that was a pretty hefty question. And that is there to demonstrate to you, do you think equations will be on your exam? Yes. Do you think they'll be an important part of your exam? Yeah, it's probably one of the most important skills you learn in grade 7. So if you, for that one, it was out of 2, 4, 6, 10, 14, 16. If you got less than 12, you probably need to be at tutoring. Or you need to be double checking what's going on and seeing, can we fix it? Because I don't mean to use tutoring as like a threat, guys, because tutoring is definitely not a threat. Tutoring is there to help you and support you. So if you're not doing that well on these ones, we should probably be trying to fix it. Okay, the last one was revision from term 1. Adding fractions, you need to make the same denominators. So you get 1 point for making them the same denominators, 1 point for adding them together. How could you simplify it? Is that simplifying? No, get that out of our system. You can convert it, but it is not simplified. Yes. That's not simplifying. Remember, simplifying is just when we can divide them by a number, but that's not simplifying. To convert it to a mixed number, you can do that if you want to. That's totally fine, but I won't be giving you points for it. When dividing fractions, here's my tip. Keep, change, flip. Awesome. 1 point for keep, change, flip. 1 point. Once we have multiplication, what do we look for? Cross simplifying. Good. So we can cross simplify diagonally, and then we simplify again, and we get 9 over 5 as our final answer. So when I look to cross simplify, I can simplify 72 and 8, and I can simplify 5 and 25. 3 points for that one. And C, we needed our nice pizza slice, and we needed what else? Pizza slice and BODMAS or BOMDAS. Good. So when I look at all of this, I'm going to simplify powers first. So try and keep up with this and see if you can do the marking like me. 1 point if you got 16 somewhere. 1 point if you got 9 somewhere. +9 and +16 in there in your early stages. So that, for me, it could be 2 steps of work in your work, but I just did it in 1. Now what do we simplify after we've done powers? Yep.
Aren't you supposed to do brackets?
Yes, I am supposed to do brackets, yep. But in my brackets, what do I simplify first? I simplify the powers inside my brackets first.
Right, the powers have also been done now. So.
Yeah, that's okay. That's because it's not going to impact my brackets. So I agree with you. You could have done it like this. You could have done equals -3 times 4 squared minus -17 plus 9. That's fine. Have we all done that? Yeah. Okay, then we keep going with our brackets. -3 times 4 squared minus -8. Next point. Okay, what do we simplify after that? We do the other power. What's 4 squared? 16 minus -8. Then do I do times first or subtraction first? Times. -3 times 16 is -48 minus -8. Okay, what's minus minus? Jackie Chan. We plus -48 plus 8. -40. So that is 5 points. That's a big one. So we had 5, 8, 10, 20, 30, 32, 35 on that page. Plus 18 is going to be 53 points. Yes, Eve?
Oh, what? Total's 53.
Yep.
Out of the whole thing.
That's 53 out of the whole thing. And if you did the cool challenges, your answer for question 1 should be 27. So the perimeter of a triangle, we've got all these sides. You all should be able to do this. This is not too tricky, but it's probably more of a CF question. So you've got all of the sides of a triangle. What does perimeter mean? You add up all of the outsides. So I add 2x plus 7 plus 3x plus 4 plus 4x minus 4 equals 220. Now we need to solve that. So what do we do first? We expand the brackets. So 4 times x minus 4 is 4x minus 16. We join up all of our like terms. 2x plus 3x plus 4x is 9x. 7 plus 4 minus 16 is -5. And then we're almost there. We can solve for x now. So we add 5 to both sides and we divide by 9. X equals 25. And then you need to substitute that into your side lengths over here to get your actual measurements for your side lengths. And then what does difference mean? Yeah, so it said find the difference between the largest side and the shortest side. So the largest side is going to be 84 and the shortest side is going to be 57. Did you get that? Well done. Great job. And then the other one, the answer is 1,458. Did you? Well done. That's huge. And the trick to that one was that if the width of this triangle is, the width of that rectangle is there, and the width of this rectangle is here, you can see that L has to equal W plus W, or 2W. All right, excellent. Give yourself a... Okay, your warm-up is to write down what the acronym VESPA stands for. It's been on the screen for the last 2 minutes. VESPA, right? Nope, don't look at your notes. Write it down. What does VESPA stand for? In your exam, the question will say, use VESPA setting out. So we have to know what it means. Okay, how'd we go?
Big full answer. A's answer.
Okay, so what you should have written down is that we first need to define our variable. Then we need to write an equation. Then we need to solve the equation. We can have a party because we've found a solution. We need to put in units. We need to answer the question. VESPA. Okay. So we looked at some examples last week. How old am I if I am 400 reduced by 2 times my age is 244. So we say let A equal my age. We write an equation. We solve the equation. We put in units and we answer the question. So we've got 20 minutes now and I want us to just do some more practice on some of these questions. All right, let's go with this one. Looking for VESPA setting out. Seeing some good work around the room. Let L equal Luke's age. And J equal Jane's age. So then one equation we could do is that J plus L equals 60, but that doesn't really help us figure out our answer. So given that Jane is twice as old as Luke, how could I write that in an equation? J equals twice as old as Luke, so L plus L. I saw a lot of people trying to simplify that to L squared. Not quite, it's 2L. J equals 2L, because Jane equals twice Luke's age. And if we know that, then in here where we see a J, what could we write down in that equation instead of J? Okay, so now we almost have our equation sorted. We have 2L plus L equals 60. All right, so we have 2L plus L. There is a number in front of this L that we don't write. What number is there? So 2L plus 1L is 3L. And so now we have 3L equals 60. How do I solve for L by itself? Abby? Divided by 3. Good. So I say divide 3. Therefore, L equals 20. And now we need to answer the question. The question says, how old is Luke and how old is Jane? Therefore, Luke is 20 years old and Jane is double that. So we can check, well, does 20 plus 40 equal 60? Yes. And is one of them double the age of the other? Yes. Okay. If in a moment we are going to go to our computers in a moment. If you got that question correct without any help, then I would like you to do this PowerPoint, the challenge word problems. If you really didn't feel like you were very good with that, then you are going to the other PowerPoint. And we have 15 minutes now, which I expect each question will probably take 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm expecting 3 to 4 questions to be finished in the next 15 minutes, please. You may definitely do them on the whiteboards, for sure.